If you find these qualities in a student, you can be sure that they are a joy to teach. Where this student shines brightest is in the area of academics. By receiving high honors, this student has shown a high degree of self-discipline and academic achievement. She is also an active member of the Park School Band. This student embraces Park's axiom of respect by caring for herself, family, community, and school. She accepts and embraces the individual differences among her peers. She accepts and works to overcome the challenges that are given to her both in and out of class. Her teachers also agree that this student excels in the area of citizenship by being chosen for the Wolf of the Week several times in both 7th and 8th grade. She truly embraces all the qualities Park School Campus strives to achieve. It is my honor to introduce Park School Campus Superintendent recipient Alyssa.
I think it's safe to say that nearly every one of my classmates has been looking forward to this day since it was announced as the date of our 8th grade graduation. I've heard that some people have been counting down the days for months. And I remember very clearly the first time I heard the words, "I can't wait until high school," said by one of my classmates. It was September of 5th grade, and back then this day seemed so far away to me. Yet here we are. I've noticed that people always seem to look forward to starting things, like we are looking forward to starting high school. They also look forward to endings, like this graduation that marks the end of our time here at Park. And I wonder why. Yes, beginnings are exciting, and graduating certainly is important, but we should be thinking about more than this. Because what really matters is not the beginning or the end, but the things we do in between. I love to write. I spend the majority of my time off in faraway places with non-existent characters, dreaming up different ways I could have their lives turn out. But the most important story I, or any of us, will ever write is our own. Because that's what life is, in a way, a very long story. And though we're graduating, though 8th grade is ending, our stories have only just begun. Today, the first chapter is coming to a close, but there's still so much more to come. At Park, we have written chapter 1 of our stories. It was a very memorable chapter, filled with ups and downs, lots of fun, and several lessons learned. The characters, plot, and setting have been introduced in the exposition of our lives. And now, as we are soon to begin high school, the action begins. High school is the time for the plot to take crazy twists and turns. It's the time for us to encounter new characters. And it's the time for the main character to change for the better. Of course, we need to keep the ending in mind. As a writer, I always know how I want a story to end before I even start it. Likewise, before we start high school, we already know we want it to end with our second graduation ceremony. But as I said before, it's not all about the end. Even if the story has a sensational conclusion, it's not a good story unless the middle is sensational as well. The middle of the story is when everything happens. It's the time that the main character grows and learns. High school will begin and end in the same way for all of us. It's how we get there that counts. So writing and real life are very similar, but there is a difference between the two, a very big difference. When I write, I always go back and change things I've written to make them better. I go back and fix mistakes I've made, and I get as many tries as I want to get it right. But if I've learned anything, it's that no one can go back to edit and revise their life. That's why it's so important that we make good choices. Because we can't turn back the page and cross out a few sentences that we don't like. We only have one chance to make it right. I'm not saying that we won't make mistakes. After all, we will make mistakes. Lots of them. And that's okay. Perfect main characters are unrealistic and, in my opinion, extremely annoying. A person that has made no mistakes has learned nothing. The theme of a story is often the knowledge a main character has gained after making a mistake. And the theme is the most important part of a story. That's a good thing to remember, especially now. The most the heart of a story is not the mistake the main character has made, but what they learned from it. In conclusion, we are the authors of our own lives. Here at Park, we have proved that. We have created the main characters of our stories and chosen other characters, our friends, who have such a big influence on our lives, to share our stories with. We have begun to lay out the plot and to think about what we want for the future. We have learned so many lessons from our wonderful teachers. And now that we are moving on to high school, I encourage you all to continue to work hard on writing your stories the way you want to. Take advantage of the new opportunities we will have in high school. Always work above and beyond the expectations. View obstacles as potholes rather than roadblocks. Respect others and respect yourself. And, most importantly, never let anything stand in between you and your dreams, because I know all of us can accomplish anything if we set our minds to it, whether we want to become scientists or millionaires or sell foam fingers at NBA games. We are all writers, and these are our stories. We decide how they will end. And now I say thank you to my teachers and to all of you for getting me this far. And to my fellow classmates, I wish you all good luck in high school, because I know we are all going to need it. Thank you.